What's going on, family? It's your brother, your friend, cousin, from Prophet Briggs here. And we are having a quick little roundtable called the Oasis Cafe. We're coming to talk about our service series that we talked about for this month called Jesus the Deliverer. And if we were here Sunday, we know it was a very good start, very great start, very digging start. And we're about to have a nice roundtable with some of our friends and family from here at Oasis. So I'm about to bring them onto the screen. We're going to have a nice conversation, just discussing what we got from it and also what we expect to receive from the rest of the services. So without further ado, I'm going to bring them onto the stage. We have our sister Jessica. We have our sister Ayana, our sister Sean, and we have Brother Sean and Sister Randy. We're going to dive in. We're going to dive into just some things that we got from this Sunday's message. So, first thing we're going to do is go around the table, and I just want everybody to just quickly say, what did you receive from this Sunday's message? You know, our apostle talked about dealing with the root. Don't get over. Don't go in the services, dealing with it. So, without further ado, anybody know, what did you receive from Sunday's message?
I guess I'll start off. Hey, everybody. I hope everyone is having a great day today. So, I mean, it was so many points this Sunday. It's hard to choose one. But I think the one that really stuck out the most is when she showed the picture with the roots and how everything is entangled and how, like, nobody can see what's going on beneath the surface. Even with all the pesticides and all the bugs that's eating, no one can see that. They can only see your leaves. And your leaves was basically just telling you the surface. So I think that really hit, because it's like, okay, so even what you see on the surface is not really what you get. You really got to deal with what's under.
I go next, I guess. This service, it was amazing. Like, Sunday was amazing. It was eye opening because I learned a lot. What got me was how when we talk about the roots, how our roots deeply rooted can affect other people, and that blew my mind, because I was wondering, like you know, you ever been around certain people and you're around too many people at the same time, and you start acting like this person, or that person start acting like you, and you're wondering like what's going on, and it's like that because I have something deep rooted that my roots has branched out and attached to them, and we got to be careful if we move forward. We got to uproot these things, because if we don't uproot it, it ends in everybody else's life that's around us, our family life, our co-workers life, everybody around us. So we got to really take this serious and like uproot those things that are detrimental to our lives.
That's good. That was good.
Yeah. I think for me, I can start off with saying that how we not dealing with the deeply rooted issues can stop us from pursuing and being in alignment with the Word of God, and it keeps us stagnant from actually walking with Him. We'll just be so surface with Him, and actually instead of actually allowing Him to deal with our true self. Because like Ayana said, people see the surface on the outside, but in the inside, it's no life. It's no fruit. It's nothing growing in the inside. It's just, oh, you look good from the outside,
Right.
but it's nothing growing on those vines. It's nothing there. So I think that's what I, could get from it. Okay.
Well, what I got was that the way we feel, what our emotions comes with from deep in. Because for me, I always thought it was just the moment is what makes you how you feel, but I gotta be able to work on what's really deep and what's at the bottom. So
Basically, like what's causing.
yeah, what's causing it. So I just got it's time to work on your roots.
Got to allow God to work on the roots now.
Right, roots.
Yeah, like these roots are deep.
They deep. I like what they.
I
Okay, I was gonna say I learned that it could be generational too. Things that following from your family and your bloodline, that it's up to us as individuals to realize that's where it's coming from and ask God to help us and really commit to that change. I think that's about it.
I want to show a picture of the people that was down on River Deep. Time just saying about how it goes back generations. Even if we cut up a tree in half, those roots still in some must still grow. You got to think about how far the roots. But just show that picture, I thought about how deep roots are supposed to find the source. So you got to go all the way down. Kill the root, you know the source of the all the way down to the seed.
Yeah.
The roots have nothing to reach down to.
Yeah.
Show that picture of the big tangled roots.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I can see how it comes and stuff. That's
Yeah.
But you know, like what blew my mind is like when she showed those roots how big they are and how deep they were. We just gotta realize a lot of stuff that we dealing with ain't even because it's generational. That's we're dealing with it because not only that our fathers or our mothers deal with it, but their fathers and their mothers and their fathers and their mothers deal with it. So when we go through this and we try to unroot this thing, we gotta really go back in our generation to figure out what causes how we got to that place. And them roots can be deep.
Yeah.
It could be deep, and just because someone passed away doesn't mean, or someone dies, it doesn't mean that died with them. No, it's still attached to our lives because we're part of the same tree. So, like me hearing that on Sunday, it's like, okay, now I'm dealing with this situation in my life because maybe my father dealt with it, but maybe his father dealt with it, or maybe my mother dealt with this situation. And not only do I have to unroot that, I have to go back generation to generation and generation just in order to all to be whole. You understand what I mean? Just to be whole.
It's like you said, the generation is also the sin. That's the root, is the sin, and we got to figure out what the sin was. And like she was saying, like Prophet Briggs was saying, even if you cut the tree, if the root is already messed up, it's still gonna produce nothing. It's still gonna be unhealthy.
There's no seeds there.
There's nothing because it's already tangled. Nothing has gotten to the bottom. You didn't dig it up. It's still gonna produce the unhealthy thing. Like we spoke about in church. Like if it's holy, let it be holy. So it'll start from the roots, and then it'll go to the tree branch, and then it'll go to the leaves, and everything will be, the fruit will be holy. That's the goal.
Yeah, but that's also crazy because even like, okay, say if I'm like also this, maybe someone tell me out because like say if I'm bearing good fruit, you understand what I mean? But since I'm bearing good fruit, if it's on toxic ground, it's still unhealthy. So it's like, so even if I'm working my way out and I'm working it out for myself and it looks good, I still am dealing with the root of the problem. And it's like, if I don't take care of this means nothing. Well, it doesn't mean nothing, but it's not going to live.
You can have all the gifts in the world.
Yeah.
Good. That's what she said on Sunday. Good harvest starts and ends with healthy roots.
I think
Some good soil.
I think it's just like when you have a batch of apples or oranges and it's full, like the moldy one is at the top. Like you try to pick the ones but if you don't get to the bottom of the barrel, that's where it's coming from the bottom up. So if you don't dig in it, you'll never find it. So then even though you say, okay, this layer is good, and next you go turn, and then guess what? Now you got to mold this stuff. That's not good because you didn't get to the bottom of the barrel. You just still got good stuff on top of old stuff. So it's going to mix, and then guess what? It's going to be back in the same cycle of refreshing and renewing, but then like I feel so down. That's I didn't get to the bottom of the barrel. I'm still dealing with the same, like somebody got a little moldy toast, and they try to eat the puff, and then the back of the bread is still moldy. Right. Because you just try to, scrape off the edge and eat the rest of it, guess the bread is still bad,
That's the crazy part, and that's what Jay Sean was saying. Like, even it's still going to touch at some point.
It's still
so the residue of that is still going to be on it.
Yes.
So either way, you're still doing the work.
Yeah. It's like building on sacred sand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That's basically it. I'm building, but I'm still going to have to deal with the root of the situation no matter what.
Right.
Even if you gotta pick through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think sometimes we are afraid to go to the bottom of that barrel
Mhm.
because we don't know what's the other side of that sin going to look like. We don't know what freedom
That's a
look
lot
like.
of work.
We just
It's
know.
the work.
Hmm?
It's that work.
Yeah, it's the work. We don't want to put in the work.
Yeah.
We know what the little surface clean look like.
Right.
We know like Sean had something on her finger. We know that it's probably dirt, but we don't want to go get nothing to clean it.
Mhm.
We don't want to go clean our hand. So we'll just rather deal with the I'm good friend. Let me just wash it off instead of dealing with it.
But quite frequently, like in some situations, do we want to deal with it?
Right. Do we want to
Do
deal
we?
with
Are we? Sometimes we are okay with some things that we go
it?
through.
Mhm.
Like it's
That's
become
honest, yeah.
it becomes so much of a norm that we're so used to it, so we don't think that it's a problem. Well, really, it's a problem, and you don't understand that it's a problem to somebody else bringing it to your life,
Yeah,
and then you're
right.
so defensive. Like, no, this
Yes.
is how I've been all my life, and it's like, yeah,
Sex
that's
demo.
toxic.
That's the problem.
And that's the problem right there. A lot of people like using that excuse. Well, that's how I've been all my life. Well, that
That's the
you
problem.
you can't. You have to be. That's where deliverance comes. You got to be committed to
Yeah.
deliverance. Deliverance is
That's-
inevitable.
Yes.
Like it's ongoing,
Yeah.
but you have to be committed to doing it. If you don't want to be committed, then it's at this point.
Yeah.
Or
And
sometimes
now,
One thing she showed that picture of the roots next to each other, like how they somewhat look the same. But she said some have seedlings. And some don't. So you don't know, like so you have certain things that's eating at the roots, certain things that are like certain sins that you're doing that eats at your roots, and then she said about how the roots. I actually looked up like roots. They support the stress of the whole plant. Period.
Wow.
Mhm.
And so if your roots can support the stress, then that's where you get all of the different dysfunction that you see on the surface. You start seeing the branches fall. You start seeing some spoiled fruit because you don't deal with the pest that's under that's digging at the actual root. So when it comes to that, how do you identify those little pests and the at your roots?
That's good.
It's just like to identify the difference between the sin and the what's putting you in the sin cycle? What is it? But how do you identify?
sometimes off your emotions. I think your emotions.
I would say that too. It's how you handle things. When she spoke about that anniversary cycle, things keep coming up, and you like, okay, wait a minute now. This has to be embedded now. It's not going to be It's not going to keep coming up, and me not understanding what's going on.
Exactly.
when it's causing you to turn from God, like that's when you know the difference between when it's called, because it says nothing can separate you from Him. But when you keep using that to say the excuse, say I'm never gonna get over it. God don't want me. Then you use that excuse to say, well, if I've been going through this long, maybe He don't want. Maybe this is for me to keep going through. Then instead of us doing the work to get out of that cycle, we will continue to just keep finding the excuse to not get, free from delivered from it.
That's the truth.
I'm saying, how do you identify the pests that are nipping at the roots?
Sometimes it's also just like like Ayana said, anniversary things, and so I can speak for myself. Like, I get to sometimes I get frustrated. You understand what I mean? And it's like and then like, why am I getting frustrated? Why? Maybe because this happened at this time last year. I don't even know that it's bad. I don't even know that it happened. But that's how familiar spirits are and stuff like that. So things happen and they trick me to act a certain way, and then be like, why do I hate life, or I hate this, or I hate that? And it's like, wait, why do I hate life? Like how she said, sometimes we gotta ask God, what is this? What is this that I'm dealing with? Why am I dealing with it? Because a lot of times we don't want to ask God what it is, because we actually don't want to face it and deal with it ourselves.
So, yeah.
We want surface deliverance.
We want to cover the wound. We don't want to heal the wound.
With a quick fix.
Right.
Yeah, quick fix. You call it that.
Think about farming, right? If he doesn't go and inspect the field, he won't know the little rat holes, the little things where like the little rescue actually coming in and nipping at the roots. And then, like the apostle was saying on Sunday, she said, sometimes you don't realize it until harvest time comes.
Right.
So why wait till harvest time to still spoil things when you can just continue to do introspections and see, I see that this little pest right here, that's nipping at this, I need to address this now before it becomes a spoiled harvest.
Because harvest time is exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you've been doing all winter, all the season before.
Right. It's exposure. So now,
Getting interested.
So have
you
you been
keep
putting in the work?
right.
Have you been, cleaning? Have you been watering? Have
Taking
you
the
been
time.
uprooting? Have you been replanting?
Have you
And then-
been
yeah.
going to God? Like those old
Yeah.
mindsets, those behaviors, have you been going to God and allowing God to deal with that? Have you been going to his word to allow him to deal with you in those areas? That's really the question.
I think they also come with a level of maturity.
Yeah, it does.
Comes with a level of-
Absolutely.
We got to understand. We got to understand the tricks of the enemy. We know when the enemy is nitpicking at us.
Mm-hmm.
We got to understand that. Like, well, sometimes we just let it go. We're not gonna deal with that. But we know, like, hey, listen, when the devil's trying to nitpick at you or things trying to get at you, we got to understand that we have the power to destroy that right there and there. But sometimes we just sit in it, and sometimes we just let it manifest, and then that's how we come up with spoiled fruit.
Yeah.
And even on Wednesday, she said that like the enemy is nothing new.
No, yeah.
His tricks is not new.
Yeah.
But yet we keep
Yeah,
falling for
nothing
the
was
same
designed.
cycle over and over again. Like you said, he got a different dress on,
Yeah.
he got a different color on, a hat and a wig.
That got
But we just keep falling like, well,
same female, a different dress.
yeah.
Same lies.
Same lies.
Same lies.
And
different
person.
He
Yeah.
knows
Different
he
things.
knows your weaknesses. He knows like how to get in your mind. He knows how to get in, make you think otherwise.
He knows how to make
Yeah,
you
he
look
knows
bad.
the trick. He knows
knows.
what's gonna tick you off. You understand what I mean? But like I said, when we go, it's maturing in God. Understand, spending that time in God, and like reading your word, worship
Yeah.
time that builds you up. Because like, okay, I already know what the devil's gonna do to get me. It's easy. I know it. It's self-split. It's gonna happen. Like it happens every time the same way. Like so, yeah.
He
Like,
knows what's gonna
that's
make
why you gotta
turn
mature
away
your
from
word.
God.
Yeah.
That's the part right there.
That maturity is the one thing.
Yeah. I think that's
The scripture that says, "I word about in the heart, that I might not sin."
Yeah.
That's going to stop yourself from going to sin cycles.
Yeah.
like we know the word, but we just don't want to put in that extra.
Yeah, I was about to
Word.
say this could be somebody being complacent, lazy,
Yeah.
being comfortable, and
Yeah.
not wanting to change, and just be like, well, I know I need to, but bump it.
Yeah.
Knowing good and well you need to apply the word of God to
Yeah.
your life. Come on.
Yes.
So realize that the procrastination of laziness builds a
Yeah.
family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And then it'll become too late. When you're trying to fix everything, it'll be too late.
Like, most times not the time
And then
to
we
see
say it won't be like this always.
It-
But if we would have done this three months ago, 2 weeks ago,
5 years
what-
ago.
5 years ago, when he said it,
Yeah, being lazy.
it wouldn't be right. That's
you sacrifice, retreat, sacrifice.
Right.
The harvest comes from the word about sacrificing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think too, having a thought of just that little bit of like peace, that little bit, and you just like, okay, finally something, but then it goes right back
Mhm.
because you didn't do enough, like you said. So yeah, that could be a part of it too. Just
Surface.
being okay with that little bit of
Yeah.
good days of peace, and be like, dang, all right, back to it.
A little
Yeah.
brush off of the leaves,
yeah.
Yeah,
just so it can start shining again.
Why
Yeah.
do you go back to doing it all over again? Over and over and over.
How important is it for you to have somebody to help you identify that you're
It's very important because there's some things in your life that you may not realize.
Yeah.
And we talk about it all the time. We always say this analogy, right, Brady? Like if somebody tells you over and over something, it's not everybody. It's got to be you. So now you got to do a self-reflection and take a look on the inside like, hey, what's really going on? But again, you have to be able to take that as well.
yeah, but I say you gotta be open.
The hardest thing-
to change.
Yeah, the hardest thing is here about
People are so quickly, yeah, it is hard, but people are so quick to be offended. Like if it's my brother, my sister telling me something out of love, I know you're not doing it maliciously. You're trying to help better me. Like you should be able to take it. That's very important because there's some things that you won't be able to see.
I think that's part of delivery too, like how somebody can say it to you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because some people might not be open to the change, even if you know you need it.
Right.
But if you deliver it wrong, it's like, all right, listen,
Right.
it's on me. Like that's me.
That's
Mhm.
true. Used to always tell me it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Mhm.
And that's true because, like, for me, the other day, I had a conversation with a friend, and she was telling me about myself. And it's not that it wasn't true; it's how she said it, and how she said it made me defensive. It's like,
Right.
and I went on a defense right away. She's like, "Oh, can't talk to you." No, it's like how you said it. You got to also be able to read the room
Yeah.
and understand. Like, okay, wait, let me go about this a different way. Let me talk to this person different way because right now. Maybe that's triggering something. The way I said it could be triggering something, and it's and once it's triggering something, nobody's listening.
Yeah, they're
Right.
off. So you don't want to hear.
And it's
That's
also
what the Apostle was talking about this morning. She's talking about silence.
Right.
Silence. Sometimes you have to stay silent.
Yeah.
So you gotta be silent. Even if they're talking to you before you go on a million, before you like, I'm not trying to hear you. The first thing you do is like, all right, I'm gonna take what you said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's said we talk about the maturity of people. You need to be mature.
Silence is powerful. Powerful. But again, being in port, we're having somebody else because what if that person is dealing with something that dealt already with something that you're dealing with, and they can help you.
That's true. But you gotta be willing. You're willing to want that help.
That too.
And that's where maturity comes.
Preference on how the help should come.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like going to the hospital and saying, no, I'm gonna diagnose myself. Even if you got the MD, you got all of that, got the PhD, I'm gonna still tell myself what I have.
Right.
I think that was my problem for a long time. Not just closing my mouth and just keeping everything inside or only holding it to a certain group of people. When maybe that certain group of people not dealing with what I'm going through. So I'm looking for something that they can't give me. So I have to open up myself to Sean. Maybe Sean is actually going through what I'm going through. I have to trust God and He put her here to help me. So you know what? I can't just because somebody else made me say it, but when Sean said it, it's like, wow, God, you really helped me with that.
Right.
So it's not like you have to open up yourself to get. Not say, oh, they can't just close off other relationships. You got to trust where God put you so they can help you, and not thinking, ain't nobody out there for me. That's my problem. Ain't nobody understand me. I'm dealing with the people I'm around. But sometimes the people I'm around understand what I'm going through. They don't go the same battles that I deal with. So it is much as people that you're around, you got to also open to somebody outside because they may help you. It could be, somebody that go to your church or maybe somebody you work with, maybe even a stranger. But if you're not open to help in general, then you'll never get it.
Right.
You'll
It's the
never get help.
comfortability of having the people around as well. Because some people around you will just be your enabler.
Yeah.
Gotta be okay.
Yeah.
You gotta be okay with the help.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's hard to be okay with help, especially for somebody you feel like you don't know. It's crazy. The people that usually help you is the people that you don't know. The people that's telling you the truth. The people that you don't like are usually the main people that help you.
The people you're not looking no way, you're not looking their way at all.
Especially if you've been let down so many times.
Yeah.
That's why when it comes to the words, when it's important to study,
Mm-hmm.
so you can understand what you're looking at, see what you're looking at. Like farmers, they study the ground, they study different crops, they study even how what pests like towards certain things. And so when it comes to the word, you have to dig into the word to be able to understand why, what you're going through.
Right.
And the apostle said, you deal with seed time and harvest. There's some things that God intends for.
Right.
And it's not the enemy. So it might not be pest. It might be something that God's trying to expose that you need to see. And then, like, even when it comes to the sun, when the sun shines on something, it's going to expose something.
Right.
And then it's up to you to address it because that comes with seed time and harvest. So how important is it for you to understand what comes with seed time and harvest and what stuff is unnecessary?
Wait, say that one more time.
Why is it important for you to understand what comes with seed time and harvest, like the stuff that God's allowing, and what is unnecessary, like the pests.
Anything that's healthy, I would want God to expose all my toxic traits. You know what I mean? Expose me for things out because a lot of stuff that I don't know, or a lot of stuff we are hitting. We hide behind closed doors. Like one thing about this sermon series is that we're gonna go through a series of deliverance, and everything that you do behind closed doors is gonna be revealed.
I'm telling you.
I'd rather it be revealed now. And instead of publicly, I'd rather be revealed in front of my family and my friends. Like, yo, this is what I'm dealing with right here. This is what I'm going through, and take the covers off of everything because I need to. In order for me to get to where I need to be, this needs to be exposed because this right here is my hindrance. Yeah. This right here is keeping me from growing. This right here is keeping me giving what God want to be. But I can't do it by myself because one thing about deliverance, you need help with deliverance. You can't be delivered by yourself. It's always going to be you're going to need partnership. One time when it comes with deliverance, you need partnership. You're going to need somebody to help you, to guide you through. You can't do it yourself. That's like saying a drug addict say, I'm gonna stop doing drugs by myself. It doesn't happen that way. You're going to need somebody to help you walk through the steps and call you out on the stuff that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I could be with you in my low moments, you can see me down in my low moments. What are you going to do for me in my low moments? How can you help me in them low moments? Because when we both in the same boat together, then where we getting help from?
Right.
Where we getting help from? Right. So somebody got to be the one to be like, all right, no, let me get out. Let me get me. Then let me come back and get you. Right. Let me pull you. If we both in the same, how can we help each other? Because it's like somebody else got to be like, okay, no, we got to get it together. We can't be here. All right. You guys pick up a book, open up our mouth. Let's do something to move forward. I think it's just like me having those people is like, all right, well, you want to go do this, but you want to pray? Yeah. You want to go do that, but you want to read your word? You want to sing a song? Right. Just as much as we want to go enjoy the outside things, let's enjoy God. Let's get healed and let's get delivered so then we'll be able to, just live free, really live for how He intended us to be. I think that's the importance of just having a community of people around you to, get the word of God. Just like my aid. I don't know if I'm saying it, but go ahead.
My thing is we gotta fight different. Like it's not time for soaking in it. This is the time where we really need to go to God. Like really fight differently. Fight by praying. Fight by getting in His word, because only He can reveal those things that we need to uproot. Only He can deal with that. So yes, we can have community, but we still have to fight differently. We have to do what we don't normally do, which is always go to God to ask Him, God, like, what is this? Like, expose it to us. And then ask Him, because even on Sunday, that really blew my mind, because it's really like asking Him to expose it, but also asking Him like
the strategy.
The strategies, but like asking Him to align like me. Help me to be aligned within His word. Help me to be aligned with what He has for my life. And even like Apostle was saying on Sunday, it could be spiritual warfare. Like we thinking it's something that's physical, but it's spiritual. So you got to fight spirit with the spirit. Yeah. You can't always do the physical. You got to figure out like what's going on here.
Because she said, like, if there's no cause to it,
if it's no
cause to it, it's got to be spiritual warfare.
Right.
So, like, yeah, that blew my mind too.
Yeah, that's the part we got to really soak up in His word, and that's something like we always say, but it's like, are we really doing it? And then that's when we go through these cycles, and we're not allowing God to deal with the root, fix us, like transform us, not a fix.
Yeah,
it's a transform, because we want it to be like not a quick fix. We want to renew us
and to be consistent.
Yes, and be consistent.
The one thing we start saying, like, okay, we're gonna do it this week, but not be consistent with it. No change happens unless you be consistent with something. And that speaks to me right there. Consistency speaks to me.
I'm telling you, me too. Because eating the word is gonna bring healing to you. Like Apostle said on Sunday, stop talking about it and pray about it.
Yeah.
Word. Oh, yeah. Because like I'm not saying it because you just want to point because it's crazy because I remember I was having a conversation with a friend and we was talking about something, and it's crazy how the Lord said you keep talking about it instead of praying about it.
We do apologize for the slight interruption. Got a little technical difficulty. We are back for the remainder of this year roundtable. Listen, put in the comments if you're receiving anything, even if you had insights. There's different things that you'll see in the comments. Just write well. If something that we said gave another revelation, if you remember what Apostle said that gave revelation, just begin to write it in the comments. Let us know if you're doing a good job and you guys are receiving something.
Yes, flood those comments. We want to see. We want to see your opinions, your thoughts, everything.
Get this
word. You gonna get this word.
Yeah, don't start.
Questions, comments, and concerns.
We're gonna make sure that we have this roundtable. We'll try to be consistent with it. I know, without a leader, We are consistent.
No choice.
Like a flame under us.
Yeah.
We got consistent. So,
And you won't just be seeing our beautiful faces; you'll see other faces as well.
yes,
You know,
we
the
are
young-
as well.
The youth of the church, the young adults of the church.
I'm just here today.
You know what?
So,
Trash.
again, the apostle was told about dealing with the roots, trying to
Well,
move back to where we left off.
well, I remember what I was saying.
Okay.
Jump back in.
You know, because I was
It's a conversation.
I was-
It's a conversation.
I was just saying because I was talking to a friend and God, like, no, it's funny because it happened.
Thank you, friends, for your
No,
input, even though you're not
yeah,
here at the
yeah.
round table.
Yeah, thank you. No, because like God had brought it to my attention one day. It was like, because so many times people we end up gossiping about things that happen with other people, and God said to me, He said, "Why are you gossiping about it when I'm showing you something that the other people that's not seeing?" So it's your job. I'm showing it to you so you can combat it in prayer. But what you want to do is you want to gossip and talk about it with other people about it, and it's no longer it's not helping the situation. But I showed you the situation for a reason, for you can attack it in prayer. But you want to talk about it and gossip it, and it's not helping the situation at all. And it hit me because I'm like, yo, God, like really, we do like to gossip a lot and talk about what other people are going through in their situations, what they're going through. But He's showing us what they're going through, and we have the ability to intercede on their behalf and help them out to get through the situation. But yet we like to talk about it with other people. And yet we like to gossip with this person and that person. And it's like it's not doing no good for the person. It's not changing the situation.
So you know that. So you know what that's, so when you're not that person that's talking about something and you're not getting a solution, it's called trauma bonding. Now you're hitting a root. That's another root.
That's a root.
That's a root that you're getting at because now you and the person can now. So then now you think, oh, you and this. No, it's a root now because maybe you find a common thing now to bond because neither one of us want to get delivered from that. So now that we're talking about something, now I find a comfort in you. You find a comfort in me. Okay, so now we got this thing to build. What are we building on? Are we actually going and deal with the problem? And then now, like you said, tackling that thing in prayer, we're going to sit because guess what? Now this issue made me feel like this today. Oh, this issue made you feel like this yesterday? Now, come on, let's go do something. Let's talk about it. Instead of us saying, you know what? Let's tackle it in prayer. You're gossip about it. And then it's going to keep happening. A cycle keep happening. So, you know what? Because of this, I'm going to just deal. But, it's trauma.
But that's what she said. Everything connects from the beginning. What your roots don't just affect you. It affects everybody. So what you're going through, like you said, you trauma bonded now. What you're going through is affecting this person, and you see in this person, and you're like, okay, wait a minute, now this is familiar. Yeah. And then you see the next person, because everybody that you connected with or connected to is going to get that effect if you don't deal with it.
Start talking about people.
Realize what you're doing is adding more sauce to that root and giving it more to drink from.
Yeah.
Instead of ripping it up from the root. And then even again dealing with the roots that tear up.
More tangle, more bondage.
When she's talking about how the roots they get so strong that they start breaking through concrete and stuff like that. Like those, you have to make sure we get those roots dug up, ripped up, burnt, whatever you got to do with them, they just got to be up with. So that's no one else tripping or breaking their foot on the concrete that we're breaking around their lives.
It legit could be like dealing with, it could be a rejection root. But because you're so fearful, speaking for myself, fearful, saying, you know what, I'd rather deal with this because I'm afraid I'm not going to be accepted here. So I'll just keep dealing, not digging with the root. Is like speaking like I am enough because God said I am made in His image. I am enough because I am above and I'm never beneath. I am enough because He said He placed me up here. But if I don't keep speaking that to myself, I will keep dealing with that rejection open. It's a daily thing that you can't just say service time. Okay, I'm done. Once a month, I'll pray that prayer and don't pray it again. It's a daily thing that I have to mind my mind every day to say, you know what? Today, no, I'm not going to accept that because God is my healer. God is my strength. But if I don't do that, something will creep its way right in, and guess what? We'll be back in the same spot. So we got to deal with those things because then you'll always, keep dealing with the same.
You got to choose to be free.
Choose to be free. Yes. Yes.
You got to choose
every day
to be free.
every day.
You don't realize that you identifying the root, doing nothing about it, puts you in a sense.
Same cycle.
Right into a sin.
Sin.
You see
Sin.
it, you look at it, and you're like, oh, I see it, but I'm not going to do nothing about it.
Okay.
And especially if you see it, and God allows you to see it, most likely He gave you a plan of how to root it up, how to pull it up. And then so you let yourself into disobedience, which is another, putting yourself deeper into sin. So it's important that when we see these roots, that we have to attack it when we see it. And like even if it's hurt, even if it hurts, you have to do it while it hurts.
Yeah.
You have to do it while it hurts.
Nothing comes easy.
Yeah.
Nothing worth it. You have to fight. You gotta
And
fight.
it's like sometimes we like to put blame on other people. And while we like that, but no, just as much as you can put the blame on somebody else, look at yourself in the mirror and say, no, I could have done this. I could have said that. I could have moved this way. I could have, but no, we sat quiet. Just like Apostle been on the devotion this week with the relational vampire. Sometimes we allow things, but because we don't want to deal with the root, we'll deal with it.
That's another thing about when it comes to other people. Don't try to put so much. Don't try to put the bulk of what needs to be done on other people.
Right.
No, it's
If
like,
you're the master farmer of the tree that's within you, it's your job to. Because I have an exterminator that comes to us people that have pests, and then he might miss a pest, but I'm not gonna wait till he comes back next week to try to grab that pest because it can multiply within that week.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What I can do is now that I see it, I'm gonna take care of it myself.
Right.
Because now that it's been exposed, let me kill it. Even though God put somebody in my life to expose it and kill it, now let me kill it if I see there's still access.
That's how we got. We gotta. So many times we get so hurt for the exposure. We gotta thank God for the exposure.
yes.
Like God, I thank you for. I know it hurts in that moment. Like, oh, dang, I'm being exposed right now, and I'm embarrassed. But like, no, God, thank you for the exposure. That's why I said we gotta thank God. We gotta thank God for the trials and tribulations, the hurt that we go through. We got to thank God because if he's allowing us to go through it and he's allowing us to be exposed, that means he's trying to show us something that we need to deal with it within ourselves. So instead of us being like embarrassed and hurt about it, be like, oh God, thank you for that. Thank you for allowing me to go through this. Thank you for allowing me to see this because now I know what I need to do and what I need to change. Because if I wasn't exposed, I would still be living in it.
Right.
And if we don't deal with the root, God forbid that we die, it will go on to our children and then their children and their children after them. So if we deal with it now, then our kids will have nothing to worry about unless they have their own stuff to worry about what they're doing or how they choose to live their life. But if we deal with it now, then we wouldn't have to worry about it later.
Right, because they're going to have to deal with our sin on top of their sin. And
plus our grandparents and then their great-grandparents.
Generational Christians dying with me.
That's it. It stops here.
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 I'm telling you.
Yeah. Them roots is getting
my
dug up, okay?
My children will live
They got to go.
Healthy lives. Whole and healthy lives.
As we begin to wrap this up, we're going to talk about what we're expecting for what we're expecting what's coming next for the series as a visit. Next Sunday is going to be our Prophetess Andrea talking about Christians and demons. So one of my expectations is I want her to expose the difference between God putting you through something and you being actually attacked by demons. Some of us are not even in God enough to be attacked by demons. That's the truth. Some of us are not even on the devil's radar because we're already on his side. So I want to expose the difference between us actually being in Christ and seeing an attack from demons, and the difference between that and then us just being in our own heads.
Right.
So, what are some expectations you guys think?
I think an expectation for me, I just want to see what route Prophetess Andrea is going to go because, she's a teacher. So I'm just excited to see what route she go. But also, what about the Christians who have demons in them?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
And they don't want to, they don't want to expose that, or they still operating. If she even attacks that, they still operating under God, but you have a whole demon inside of you.
I already know.
Be able to tell the difference.
I already know she's about to go off because she teaches the class. So
shout out to DLU spiritual warfare.
I'm telling you, she's gonna go off, and I'm waiting. I'm telling you, I'm waiting. I already know she's about to go off. I already know she's a powerful woman of God. God's about to speak to her.
I want to see the prophetic approach she takes with that she's a teacher.
Yeah.
I want to see exactly how she illustrates it because I know it's going to be It's gonna be poetic.
It's
So,
gonna be amazing. So,
It's gonna be
Sure.
great.
can't wait. I'm excited.
I'm just hoping that, like, throughout this sermon, sir, I just hope deliverance is happening. Just pours out throughout on everybody. Everybody who hears it, sees it, that's close by. I want the remnants of this to fall off into people that's not even around me right now.
Yeah.
I just want it to hit my family. I want to hit my whole
Right.
my generations, people around. I just want to hit everybody I'm touch. I wanted to go to work and people be transformed. Seriously.
Like Apostle says, be first, be second, be third.
Right, yeah.
Let
Listen.
every part of me, every single part of me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even about like, yes, we hope everyone. Deliverance is here. It's already presented to us. And I've been saying it all week. It's already here. It's either you going to take this word and do what you got to do, or you not. But I don't want you to miss it. It's already here. It's already presented itself.
One thing I'm not going to do is be frustrated by somebody who's not jumping on the small water.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
going for me.
I'm diving.
I'm going for mine. I got kids, so I'm making sure everything out with me.
Yeah.
I got to do nothing.
Absolutely.
I just think just going in for you.
Absolutely.
Like my deliverance was like yours, so don't worry about it. If you feel like, oh, you got it last Sunday, now they didn't get it. No, if you got it last Sunday, good. Let's carry on till. But if your deliverance take to the end of the year, let's go because it takes time. So even throughout the whole series, let's just like be encouraged to just continue to keep fighting for our deliverance, no matter how long it takes. You know, it don't take God or day and night. But what if He do? That's our story for His glory.
Your
you know,
process.
as our process. You know, but some things we gotta stop doing to see that process happen. But it's just like just keep going, no matter what it looks like. If the series could be over next month, you know, but keep fighting for your deliverance. You know, keep on going. Everything that you learn, you gotta keep watching it. Every time
Over
for your
and
deliverance,
over and over.
let it play. You know, faith come by hearing. You gotta hear the word of God. So keep letting the word hit you, and you know,
Penetrate your heart.
yeah,
Daily,
penetrate.
daily.
You know, yeah, soak in it, as we say. You know,
Soak
live in it,
Soaking it.
soaking it. You know,
Soaking the word.
get the word, get the word. You know,
I'm telling
yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying.
See, you got throughout life.
Throughout life, yes.
I need everybody to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Because if you don't share it and you don't comment, you don't like, how anybody else gonna share it or see it?
Give
So
us
it's
some
up to you
hearts.
guys to like, comment, and share. Share
Hearts
it
and
to everybody
stars
else.
on the algorithm. You know,
And then you got to get your pen and your paper, get your cat, your dog, your uncle, your cousin,
The fish.
your sister on your father's side.
Get the
Everybody
pins
got to come in and get this word, okay? Each and every week.
Everybody.
So everybody gotta do their part.
everybody got to start
Everyone-
playing.
I'm excited, y'all.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I am too.
I think we just, you know, we just
I'm
tired of
pumped.
the same cycle.
I'm nervous at the same time, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. Like,
All right.
The
Good.
nerves that you almost want to have between you allow the Holy Spirit to do these.
Absolutely.
So this wraps up our Oasis Cafe roundtable. I'm excited about multiple times. I know we're gonna come back and do this again. So listen, make sure you guys tune in to every time that it comes out. Make sure again, like Brother Jason said, like, comment, share, subscribe, send it, inbox it, tag somebody, do everything so that somebody sees it.
post it
Put it-
every
put
and
it-
anywhere.
Make it a live, make it a public post so people that you don't even know come in contact with it. Make sure you do all the hashtags so people can put in the hashtag and see it, and everybody can get this word. Until next time, we are out of here.
Yeets.